pro-life Illinois, of all places, rep supports baby Jesus Caravan, hates Obama's policy now. That's basically the gist of it. So Luis Gutierrez, I love that name. That's a cool name though. Luis Gutierrez. My name is Enigo Montoya. So, Christian Nielsen is in front of um, these people, House of Representatives, and and such, and she's doing her hearing, getting in front of these people so they can grill her. You know what I mean? Wow, this thing is. Did I turn that up loud? That was pretty loud, wasn't it? My bad, my bad. I'm still working on the levels a little bit. So she's in front, and I was doing some prep, man, and basically, I feel like I should just play it, and just respond as it goes. So let me make sure I have the sound right. Hope it's not too loud for you guys.
This is the gentleman from Illinois, Mr. Gutierrez, for 5 minutes.
Secretary Nielsen, the majority on this committee must think you're doing a fantastic job because they've ordered this hearing so that you could come before us and look tough and remorseless just in the time for the holidays. The remorseless secretary during the holidays. Christmas, as they like to make sure and specify. I suspect that if you still have your job, which seems to always be a big question.
Hey, man. Oh, hey, he was almost getting ready to go in, but he didn't.
In 3 weeks.
I didn't realize though, man. I looked her up, man. She's like 3 years older than me, so it's like I'm like, well, she's like the, Homeland Security. Different strokes.
We'll see if you still have the same sympathetic questions when you come back. I want to start by
Did you hear that?
Praising this administration and the role that it's had. Because there's one thing that this administration's done better than any other administration in American history, and that is lie. I still remember the first day when the press secretary came out and said, this is the largest inauguration crowd ever in the history of America. Of course, everybody laughed because there were more people at other inaugurations. And the president's own remarks, on a world stage, the UN General Assembly, he said he had accomplished more as president than anyone before him. And the world laughed. Because
dude, he's accomplished a whole lot. I don't know the exact numbers of the other ones, but I'm telling you what, with as much opposition, even from his own side, people like Flake and Graham and McCain and some of these other folks, so he had to get over that. But he's done, dude.
Because the evidence was plain to see that that just wasn't true. But specifically in the area of Homeland Security, lying has become elevated to an astounding level of mendacity. President Trump descended the golden escalators at Trump Tower to announce his candidacy by saying Mexico was sending us the worst rapists, murderers. Then he said he was required to break up migrant families because of bad laws that the Democrats gave us. How about the one about Mexico paying for the wall? You want 5?
Oh, he's just skipped right over that one. He skipped right over that one. And that's exactly what this is all about. He didn't say anything about it. Yeah, let's skip right over to what was it? And about the Mexican, the rapists and all of that, man. You can see some of these people coming up, bringing people, and they're not with the parents. They're with people that's taking advantage of them. So in that respect, I mean, these some of these people aren't good people, and they're putting their lives in, jeopardy. But we'll get into that.
$1 million, and you want 5 billion, and you want the American public to pay for it. Isn't Mexico supposed to pay for it? Wasn't that the case?
You know what? There's different ways of looking at that. I mean, when you cut a deal and you get out of NAFTA, and who knows? I don't know the specifics of how much we're saving on that. But hey, if we get a better deal, I'm pretty sure 5 billion is in there somewhere. I thought it was like 20 billion. I thought they were trying to do 20 when they were talking DACA. So we got that coming up too. Are you trying to pass DACA or immigration reform soon? Do you want to accomplish that?
Campaign promise? No, that's just another lie. And all about the ones about the massive invasion via the immigrant caravan that would ruin America. How about when Trump said, good people among the Nazis and white supremacists?
All right, so they didn't want to talk about the caravan during the election midterms. Now oh yeah, all gung ho about it. And about the good people among the Nazis, yeah, that's a good way to frame it if you want to frame it that way. But it was all about the statues that were there. Native General Robert E. Lee, native to Virginia, has a statue in Richmond, and they want to bring it down or have or want to move it, do something. Same thing's going on in Chapel Hill. I heard now alumni are saying they're not going to send money to the school because if they put it or if they house it. And I'm trying to figure out which alumni are they talking to, who's coming out saying this, because I'm part of the alumni that says the opposite. So I guess it depends on who you talk to.
Premises demonstrating. That time nobody was laughing, but the evidence was plain to see, and these are gigantic lies. I remember when the CHC met with your predecessor, your boss now, the former Secretary of Homeland Security, and he dropped a few whoppers himself. The most memorable for me is when he sat. I want everybody, because you weren't there, when he sat with the Hispanic Congressional Caucus in the Capitol in a room full of Hispanic members of Congress, most of whose parents and grandparents were immigrants that didn't speak English when they came here. And he said to us, and he looked us in the eyes and he said, the reason we can't have too many poor, uneducated Latinos in America is because they will never assimilate into American culture like previous waves of immigrants, referring to the Irish, the Italians, and the Norwegians. I would not assimilate. The members of Congress, duly elected, would not assimilate. So we couldn't have.
Well, when they came here, of course, they wanted to be around their own people. It just makes sense. You're familiar, so you have the German towns, the Chinatowns, the Little Italies, the did I say German? Yeah, I mean I'm from I was born in Pennsylvania, so that's right near Philadelphia. So yeah, you got pockets but that when they came here, they were checked, evidently for the most part, for certain diseases. They were checked to see who they are. They wanted to learn the language. I'm pretty sure they wanted to also hold on to their culture. So, yeah, I can understand that, but I don't know. It's like back then you learned English to get a job. Now it's like you have to learn other languages in order to get a job. So that's the difference.
More. He said that to us. It's almost as though we were invisible to him. Secretary Could told a room full of Hispanic congressmen and women that poor, uneducated Latinos, a lot like my mom and my dad, who didn't speak a lick of English, but you want to change the policy so that if you want to come to this country, you have to speak English, would never fit and that their children could never acquire the position of members of the Congress of the United States in this democracy. A lie, because it's happened time and time again. It is as you can't see the reality of modern immigration or contributions of anyone who came from countries other than Norway and other parts of Europe. It's as if you and the Trump administration are blind. And you know what? It seems like you agree with Tucker Carlson that immigrants only bring danger and dirt and division. But I have to say, the all-time record for lying in the face of all the
that sounds like hyperbole. I don't know. They only bring dirt. What was the other stuff? Yeah, no. No, man. I see these kids around here. They're awesome. Kids are good, man. They're smart. Always making the honor rolls with all them names. So no, not only. That's not it. That's not it. At some point there has to be a change, because we have demographics here that aren't doing well also. So when you bring more people in who aren't doing more of the higher paying jobs, or like the higher skilled jobs, and I hate to say it like that, but that's the terminology that they use, because farming is a skill. It's damn near art. You got to deal with a lot of different things, and that's not just coming from the level of picking it. It comes from the level of actually having to plan it on the part of the farm owners, I guess the businesses. So and I'm against these big agriculture conglomerates just taking over everything also. You gotta keep the small farmers, but I think I'm getting off the point here. Yeah, I don't think anybody really believes that they only bring badness at all. But when you look at the badness that we already have, that we really need to deal with, it doesn't make sense for somebody to say, "Oh man, look, see, we got people here who are terrorists, white terrorists, and black people killing each other, blah blah." It doesn't make sense to say, "Okay, yeah, let's bring some more people in where some more of those people are here, than bringing some of the similar and some different types of crime." It doesn't make sense to flood an already strained legal system with more people to have to deal with in the legal system. How does that make any sense? Even if you're bringing in a bunch of good people, at least let's check these people. You're not even saying we can check to see who they are. You're saying just let them come in through the gates and over the rivers and through the woods.
evidence was a tweet you, Madam Secretary, sent out on June the 17th. And it says, "We do not have a policy of separating families at the border, period." That's your Twitter account. That's what you put out. Yet you came here today to tell us exactly is your policy of separating families and children from their families. Another lie. I know I have 45 seconds. I won't take them all. But it is repugnant to me and astonishing to me that during Christmas, I like to call them the holiday seasons to be inclusive, but during Christmas, because the majority always wants to just call it Christmas, that during Christmas, a time in which we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, a Jesus Christ who had to flee for his life with Mary and Joseph. Thank God there wasn't a wall that stopped him from seeking refuge in Egypt. Thank God that wall wasn't there. And thank God there wasn't an administration like this, or he would have too have perished on the 28th, on the day of innocence, when Herod ordered the murder of every child under 2 years of age. Maybe I haven't gone a lot to Bible school, but I know that part. Thank God. Shame on everybody that separates children and allows them to stay at the other side of the border, fearing death, fearing hunger, fearing sickness. Shame on us for wearing our badge of Christianity during Christmas and allow the secretary to come here and lie. Thank you.
All right.
The gentleman has expired.
Okay, so he said a lot. All right, first of all, Herod is the one who said to kill every boy, child under 2, right? So whose fault is that? That's Herod. So who's the Herod in this story? I mean, I don't know. Is it the president of wherever the hell they came from? Is it the crime? Is it the poverty? Why is there that poverty? Is that coming from the higher ups, or is it coming from the people in the local stealing the money? Okay, who's Herod? I think we need to establish who Herod is first. Okay. So he was in Bethlehem and he fled to what? Egypt? Somewhere in Egypt. How far is that? I mean, because let's see. Is there a legend? 200 is that much. 200 miles. So that's 200. Wow. From from Bethlehem to Egypt, it ain't even 200 miles. But from Bethlehem to I think where they went, it's probably 200-300 miles, if that. These people came how many thousand miles to get here? Right? Okay. When Jesus left, right? How many people went with him? Did they bum rush the border and was like, yo, we got baby Jesus and we coming too. We just whatever. No, I think they went humbly and just was like, hey, we need a place. You know what I mean? So I don't think I don't know. That's a good question though. Like how many people were in the caravan from Jerusalem to Bethlehem to Egypt? How many people and why didn't they just go the other way? Why didn't they go north? Why didn't they go south? I mean, I guess I mean I guess they had to go where they had to go, right? Okay, so they went there. How much coverage? I mean, how big was Herod's kingdom? Was it pretty huge? I mean, I'm just asking the questions because, like, what other countries could they have gone to, and why didn't they go there? Right. So it seems like there's problems all over the place. And when you talk about sending like 4 or 5 people versus 4 or 5 thousand, that's a big difference. And let's get back to the thing where it's really a previous It's like, why does Trump have to answer for somebody else's administration and laws that we're trying to get changed? That he's trying to get changed? You know, just don't make any sense. And so this guy's district in in Illinois is like his district like wraps right around Chicago's the district that Chicago is in. Like his district, here's Chicago, or I don't know which way you're seeing this. Here's the district that Chicago's in. It's like this big like his district is like wrapped around that. So I don't know how good or bad or what his district is doing, but I know Illinois seems to be a pretty. I don't know. I don't know. I'm guessing it's more left leaning. I mean, I don't know all the specifics on all their demographiceries and shit, but that's Obama country, and I don't and Oprah, and they not taking action against Planned Parenthood, and I you know what, I'm willing to bet there's more. They probably have more abortion of kids in a week or a day in his district than the number of kids that they killed during the time of Jesus. I wonder how many. I mean, is there a number that they associate a number back then? Like how many people lived back then and how many people lived in that area? You know, you got to wonder. He's worried about. I mean, we got a issue. I mean, can you make certain deaths more important than other ones? Seemed like that 7-year-old kid's death meant a lot more than a lot of the kids that are being harmed here. You know, by some nefarious people from here and from abroad. I'll just leave it at that. You know. Anyway, I probably should have recorded this and left some video and whatnot, but if it's feeling good out here, it's not too cold. It's raining. So I said, let's just do it live. Just do it live. Anyway, y'all, it's my time. Thank y'all for listening. Um, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah. So therefore, on the other hand, nevertheless, word, peace.